Hi, so we're going to start this practice in Varasana, or hero's pose. So it's a kneeling position. Your legs are flat on the ground, the tops of your feet are flat, your heels are together, and your sit bones are down onto your heels. Now I am actually sitting on a cushion because my knees are tight, and it's the modification that works best for me in this pose. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs, and in Sanskrit, Varasana basically breaks down into Vir for devoted heroism and Asana for pose. The story behind Varasana is that of Hanuman, the monkey superhero of the Indian legend. And basically Hanuman was known as Vir Hanuman, hero Hanuman. And he had two primary attributes in relation to Lord Rama in Indian culture. Hanuman actually had the first, which was Dasa, which means servant, and Vir, which is hero. So in this pose, when Hanuman actually does this pose, he does it in two variations, this way or with one leg up. Basically, it's his demonstration of devoting and surrendering to a higher power. So by performing Varasana, we are actually remembering Hanuman and basically letting go, surrendering to our higher power, whether it's the universe or God or a higher being, goddess. And it allows us to basically tap into the fifth niyama. You know, by kneeling in this pose, we are kneeling in devotion to our higher power, which in the moment can be very powerful. You know, letting go is a act of self-discovery, basically. It's a conscious act. You know, we're letting go and letting the power in charge of us take over our affairs. It takes awareness, strength, courage, basically to get to a place of putting our lives in someone else's hands. So, you know, in meditation, Varasana can help us calm and strengthen our minds. It can help us relieve stress. It can help us improve our focus. But, you know, ultimately, we're surrendering to our higher power. We're letting them take over our lives and our affairs so that we can just focus on being. So I'm going to take us through a variation of Sun Salutations A, or Surya Namaskar. And basically the variation is about really focusing on the flow of the breath, or the pranayama, the conscious breathing. Basically understanding that it is not of my own doing, but that of the divine. And when we're doing this, it's making sure that we are going through the movements, the breath work. It's very slow. It's very relaxing. Again, we're surrendering to our higher power. We're letting go so that our mind's chatter can calm and our nervous system can come to a state of relaxation. So really focus on your breath, the awareness, and just be. I'm going to remove my cushion, and I want us to come back into this kneeling position and bring in the Anjali Mudra, Namaste hands, to the heart center. And I just want us to center ourselves, reflection and gratitude of where we are and what we are doing, surrendering ourselves to our higher power. On your inhale, push up onto your knees into a kneeling back bend, opening your heart center and bringing your arms overhead. Coming into a back bend that is perfect for you at this point. On your exhale, forward fold in the extended child's pose, bringing your palms to the ground and your sit bones to the sky.
Making sure that you get the maximum stretch in this pose from your palms to your hips. Inhale, walk your hands back under your shoulders and curve your spine into cat pose, coming to the fullest expression. Exhale, tuck your toes and push your hips to the sky, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, roll over your toes, bring your knees to the ground, and once they do, come back into your cat pose, the fullest expression that you have. Exhale, walk your hands forward into extended child's pose, bringing your sit bones back to the ceiling, giving the maximum stretch from the palms to the hips. Inhale, push back up into your extended back bend, coming to your fullest expression, to where you feel comfortable. And then exhale, coming back down into a kneeling position with the Anjali Mudra. Basically the process of letting go and offering our lives to another is basically coming to the realization that alone, left to our own desires, that we cannot solve our problems. We have to surrender and we have to let go to that higher power to really help us so that we can just be. So right here, surrender in meditation to your higher power. Just be. Be you. Be in this moment. Stay here as long as you need, surrendering and letting go to your higher power.